Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Rita. This is my channel 10 Red Lipsticks and this is my introduction for the Graveyard Project Pan. So this is a project pan created by Emily and Max specifically to try and bring back products that have been in project pans before and then expanded to include things that are kind of languishing in our collections. So it's a 6-month project running from the last day of April to the last day of October, which is of course Halloween. So I have picked 6 products. 5 of them are in one of the categories and only one of them is in the other category. Part of that is because I pulled a few things that might have fit that other category into other projects, and part of that is I gave some things a sniff test and I was like, I think this, particularly a couple of cream blushes, I was like, I think these have had their day actually and they should not go into a project at this stage. So I will of course link Emily's channel down below. Loads of people do this project and it's been running for several years. If you are new to project panning, you can focus on the things languishing in your collection as opposed to bringing things back from previous projects if you haven't done any before. If you are a project panner, you will, I'm sure, like me, have items that you've either not hit your goal on from previous projects, I've got a lot of those, or where you want to up your goal now, like maybe you had it in to hit pan and now you'd like to finish it, or you had it into for a certain number of uses and now you'd like to hit pan, or whatever it is. So yeah, let's get into it. We've got 5 items, 6 items, sorry. I think 3, I can't count. We've got 7, I think. Anyway, 3 are not eyeshadow and the rest are eyeshadow. Anywho, so first up we have this perfume. This is from Lancome. This is Hypnose. Can't see that, it's too shiny. There you go. This was my wedding perfume. I got married 2 years ago and it's, I don't know, a third, slightly over a third used up. I am just not a big perfume person, but I love the scent of this. I'm not going to describe it. I don't know how to describe scents. Maybe I'll see what the notes are on the website or whatever. But anywho, I really like the scent of this, and I had it for my Debs when I was a teenager, just like prom or whatever, and then like a sample, and I loved that. And then I still remembered it and really loved it and got it a full bottle for my wedding. So I have marked here, oh yeah, that's showing up pretty well, in a glitter nail varnish that is kind of a similar color to the bottle, approximately halfway of what's left. And I would like to, by Halloween, use half of this perfume. Now obviously I could use all of it if I use it every day. I'm not a wear perfume every day kind of person at all. It's something I often forget to wear. But yeah, I would like to start using this. I'm pre-filming this by a couple of days. I am starting my new job tomorrow, so if I wind up sitting next to somebody who is very sensitive to scent and can't have perfume near them, I won't be able to wear it in work. We'll see. But probably I will be able to wear it in work. I am going to wear it tomorrow for my first day. And if not, I'll just wear it at the weekends and that's fine. So my goal on that is to use half of it or hit the line that I have painted with the perfume, with the nail varnish. Jeez Louise. Next up, everything's very shiny. Number 7, Airbrush Away Translucent Finishing Powder. This is the old formula. This is so old. You can see the scratches on the back, like very old. I've had this since long before I got big into makeup. And I have a massive pan on it. I hit this pan in April 2023. It is now April 2025. I need to get this out of my collection. So my plan is to continue to use this in this packaging for as long as possible, and then once it starts to break, which is going to happen, I will then smash it up and put it into a loose powder packaging, and my goal is to finish this by October, which I think is eminently possible. So I didn't even explain, these are all Collecting Cobwebs products, or for the Collecting Cobwebs prompt. This has only been languishing in my collection in that I've had this for so long. I actually have in the last few weeks been trying to semi-focus on it, but I wanted to actually formally put it in a project which will assist me to not forget it or misplace it, which is definitely a risk. But yeah, really like this powder and I want to finish it so it will have no more cobwebs on it. Next, for collecting cobwebs, my Catrice Caviar Gauche face palette in Love Letters. And here's what it looks like. We've got a bronzer, we've got 2 blushes and a highlighter. And my goal for this is to wear away the imprints. So we've got highlight, blush, blush and bronze written in the pans. The highlight one is it's much less intact than the others. That's just because of the formula of the highlighter, not that I've used that much more than the other shades, though I think maybe I had the highlight in for, oh, so I guess this is kind of a resurrection product as well. I think I've had this in for like 10 use gold or something like that before. But yeah, I want to wear away the imprints and get a lot of use out of this. All of my face palettes somewhat are collecting cobwebs because it takes so long to use up these types of products, and I use my singles most days and I use my face palette some days, and I just wanted to roll a face palette in and have it be one that I really enjoy. I love all 4 shades in this. We've got a warm tone blush and a cooler tone blush, or more neutral blush. We've got a highlighter that works for me and a bronzer that works for me. So I was like, that's perfect, make life easy. And I'd love to see some progress and have these imprints be a thing of the past. So yeah, I have owned this for many years. It's definitely collecting cobwebs that the imprints are still perfect in 3 of the shades. So need to work on that. So next up, we're going to talk about eyeshadow, and we have 3 palettes that are intact and 1 that isn't. So we'll start with the one that isn't. So this is my Depotted Glam Shop Poland Chocolate Cherry palette, which I don't know how to say in Polish. I kept, according to this, 8 of the shades, but could be more. They could just be dispersed throughout the rest of my collection. But the shade that we are rolling into the project was the first shade, and it is this very light shimmer. So basically I want to hit pan in this. I think that'll be easy because I will use it as an inner corner shade with other singles that I have rolled into other projects. And next up in the magnetic category, we've got the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette, the OG. So as you can see, I've pulled out Down to Earth, which is a green matte. I'll show it to you now. I obviously want the new palette. It's so beautiful, but I'm not buying it because this is definitely collecting cobwebs. I had this in my in my No Pan Left Behind project last year, and I used it in February, and I found I was getting a lot of fallout from some of the shimmers because the binding is really going in a couple of the shimmers. So this palette's getting older. I want to ideally hit a pan, but it's 6 months and this is a colourful matte, so I'll be happy with a good dip, but I would like to hit a pan in this shade. So that's Down to Earth from the Nearly Natural palette, adding that into my little magnetic palette. And then the Natasha Denona Mini Gold. I'm not purchasing from Natasha Denona in solidarity with Palestine, but I'm going to use what I already have. I bought this on Depop, I think, and I absolutely love it. And the shade Door is my favourite gold in my collection. It's very much this kind of green gold, and I would like to hit pan in it, and I think it will work well with Down to Earth, which is here. And then obviously I have my inner corner highlight shade that'll work with everything, but I can also use this yellow shade from the Viseart Soleil de Plage that's in my 50 Shades of Black project pan. So most of these shades are in that project, and then now 2 of them are in this project. And then we're going to have Door from the Mini Gold, and then finally a proper resurrection product, because product that fits that prompt is my Breakfast in Bed palette from Beauty Bakery. Do you guys remember this? This was my Pan That palette 3 years ago. I can't remember. It was when the Fantastic Ladies theme for their palette for the year was size matters. This is absolutely massive in comparison to other £9. It is so tall that it, in the tall drawers in the Alex 9 drawer, it can stand up with when it's not in a box, but if it's in any kind of box or container, like if you have organizers in your drawers, this is too tall for the tall drawers for it to stand up. It's absolutely massive. The shades are huge. As you can see, I have 2 pans already, but I've also got a decent dip in messy hair. So I would like to hit pan in messy hair. It's this beautiful matte, and it actually works really well. It's very slightly deeper than the shade, the main matte crease shade in my Project Level Up Level 3 palette. So I've worn it a couple of times with that, works well with that. And I can kind of use it as both a deepening shade and a crease shade. And I really like it. So I would actually love to maybe, yeah, in the next 2 months, because it's 2 months between the updates for this project, I would like to use it as my main crease shade and then use all 4 of the shimmers. So use it like 4 times as my main crease shade, once with this as my main shimmer, once with this as my main shimmer, etc, etc. And I think that'd be a really fun way to, you know, blow the cobwebs off this palette that I have not used very often since I had it in that project pan. It took so much work to hit these pans, and I'm really proud of them, and I would love to hit a 3rd pan in this palette. I really love this palette. I think it's extremely flattering. It's like a cooler, neutral palette, and I think it's just stunning, and the shimmers in here are gorgeous. So I'd love to have a 3rd pan to show in this palette. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 products. I was trying to pull 6 and I got confused because the I don't have the packaging of the Glam Shop shade anymore. It's in a magnetic palette, so that's how I got confused and pulled 7 instead of 6, but I'm happy with that. And specifically, you know, these mattes work so well for Door, but using the Down to Earth shade I think will, you know, just give me the capacity to build up an extra dip, hopefully a pan, in another palette, in another eyeshadow, and I would find that very exciting. So I kind of pulled those because they would go together so well, and also because I think it would be great to put a bit of focus on this palette when I'm feeling compelled to purchase its rejuvenated new 2025 version. I'll just swatch the other eyeshadows for you. So, so there we have Down to Earth from the Nearly Natural. We have this shimmer from the Glam Shop palette. I don't know what it's called. We have Messy Hair from Breakfast in Bed, and we have Door from Mini Gold. So yeah, exciting. 4 eyeshadows to work on. Hopefully hit 4 new pans, but we shall see. If it were 3 pans and a good dip, I'd be totally happy with that. And you know, most of the eyeshadows in here are going to be in for a year, because 50 Shades of Black starts and ends in April, and then these other ones will only be in for 6 months. So perhaps it's not realistic that I'm going to hit pan in a green matte in 6 months, but I would like to give it a go. And I think in particular with the theme of this project being Halloween, because that's when the project ends in September and October, I think I could have a lot of fun. You know, hopefully I will have hit this pan by then, and then maybe I can go on a bit of a tour throughout my other palettes and use my shiny green shades to make some fun looks with this matte over the colours of the autumn. So I think that would be loads of fun. So yeah, I am excited now, you know, to smell good, which is rare for me, because I just never think to apply perfume. Yeah, it does. It smells so nice. So good. And I'm excited to work on these and, you know, hit a pan that I was trying to hit literally years ago, that I had, you know, probably 20 uses on that shade to bulk it up a bit and hit that pan. It will be so exciting. So yeah, really happy to be doing this project and excited to watch all of your updates. Few people have already put their updates already while I'm filming this, and I have watched several of those, and yeah, excited for everybody else who'll be uploading on the official start date. So I will definitely be tuning in and watching all of those. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.